With just a tap or a scan, you can make payments in less than a second in most cities. But fast-paced Hong Kong has been relatively slow to adopt digital payments, and some visitors are not impressed. Mainland Chinese social media is full of reminders about the need to carry cash when in Hong Kong. Visitors from the mainland make up 80% of the city's total number of travelers.
Hong Kong is one of the few cities on earth we are accepting only cash on taxi. So our service level, our user experience that Hong Kong used to provide to the general public become unwelcome. The user experience are getting worse at the moment.
How did Hong Kong, billed as an international financial center, fall behind the digital payment trend? With Alipay and WeChat Pay in mainland China, Kakao in South Korea, QRIS in Indonesia, or PromptPay in Thailand, QR codes have become one of the most common ways to pay across Asia. But Hong Kongers are partial to certain forms of payment transactions. According to government figures, only 60% of people use mobile payments.
Hong Kongers rely on a mix of cash, credit cards, and the Octopus card, a contactless store value smart card established in 1997. Unlike in mainland China, which has a quick adoption of QR code e-wallets, Hong Kong's banking system has kept cash as a common payment method.
Compared to mainland China, Hong Kong offers greater flexibility in payment methods, including cash. That means you do not need to download an unfamiliar app just to buy a can of beer at a convenience store.
While working in mainland China, I need to use WeChat Pay or Alipay for everything. But setting up an account for the first time can be a time-consuming process. When I was on an assignment in Beijing, I intended to settle a 63 yuan meal with my 100 yuan note. The staff told me the restaurant couldn't offer any change as they didn't have any cash.
Hong Kong also has plenty of cashless options. In fact, the city used to be an industry leader, coming up with innovative products like the Octopus card. It was only the second contactless smart card in the world when it was launched in 1997. The card was quickly embraced by Hong Kongers after it was linked to the public transport system. Today, almost everyone in Hong Kong has at least one Octopus card. But experts say Octopus cards cannot cover all the functions available with an e-wallet.
When we hop on the MTR or the bus, that's the fastest payment we enjoy. Just tap on it and then it's done. We could not use Octopus technically to buy air tickets, high-speed train tickets, and the other items like insurance payment. Hong Kong was a pioneer. I used to sell Hong Kong Octopus the best. But now, since it's the same system for the past more than 2 decades, going to be 3 decades, if it is remain the same, the electronic payment is not something that we can be proud of.
Aside from Octopus, other e-payment solutions are not fully integrated in Hong Kong. The faster payment system is one of the most popular choices out of dozens of cashless tools. Launched in 2018 by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, this instant money transfer system relies on users having funds in a bank account. PayMe is another e-wallet system developed by HSBC in 2017. Nearly half of Hong Kong's population uses it. You can either top up with a credit card or with your savings account. In recent years, a growing number of mostly large merchants in Hong Kong has integrated e-wallet systems. But small businesses, including local taxis, have been slow to make the transition.
其實對於我嚟講，我收現金係最好，同埋八達通。嗰啲八達通我哋都要俾嗰啲費用㗎，0.15咯，即係唔係好貴，但係都係費用㗎嘛。你1萬蚊就150蚊係，因為你嗰啲咩微信啊、支付寶嗰啲啊，我要等佢確定咗，我真係入到我個帳戶先真正收到錢啊嘛。佢哋好多時咧，佢掃咗。佢冇撳嗰個確定啊！我收唔到錢，我成日都追，有啲人專登啊！我有幾單咁嘅嘢啦。
Some merchants they already have to operate under a very thin profit margin. So if electronic payment eaten up their profitability, they don't like to continue.
Experts say that Hong Kong's tax system encourages small merchants and taxi drivers to prefer cash payments.
So if I'm a taxi driver, I don't want to disclose my revenue to the bureau. So if I receive cash, so not only the driver, but the taxi operator, the owner of the taxi. And also, you may not aware that a lot of taxi drivers, they are living in the estates. So if they have to disclose it, they might be kicked out, by the government because their income excess or beyond the threshold that they are accepted to live in that apartment.
As a duty-free city, Hong Kong does not have a GST or a goods and services tax imposed on consumers. However, there is a profits tax that requires business operators to pay based on their income.
Hong Kong has no such a system. So there's no driver that the tax bureau encouraging or forcing the taxi drivers or the taxi operator to provide such a means to collect money. Imagine if all taxis in Hong Kong are subject to GST. I think it's a good driver for everybody to drive the Hong Kong taxi system to accept cashless, so that the taxi driver, they have no choice but to accept electronic payment.
On the consumer side, many worry about security issues. In 2018, PayMe reported a data breach that resulted in 20 user accounts losing a total of 100,000 Hong Kong dollars. The Hong Kong police revealed that in 2023, at least 22,000 FPS proxies were exploited for scams and money laundering activities. Hong Kong consumers, meanwhile, worry about personal data monitoring if they use mainland e-wallet systems. Both Alipay and WeChat Pay require users to provide their ID details. Over the years, payment platforms have been improving security measures to prevent potential misuse of personal data. Meanwhile, the Hong Kong government has been encouraging local merchants to provide more e-payment options. It launched a $500,000 Hong Kong dollar pilot scheme to support small and medium-sized businesses switching to digital payments. And from April 1st, 2026, taxi operators will be required to offer e-payment services to customers. While the move will get some vendors on the road to digital payments, it's yet to be seen if such moves will be enough to transform Hong Kong into a cashless society.